Do you like to watch horror movies? Want to know which horror movies are considered the best movies of all time? Sinister, Insidious, Halloween, The Conjuring, Scream. These movies have cemented their place in horror history with their innovative storytelling, suspenseful plots, and terrifying imagery. Let's start our rate, and see which films are considered the best according to the audience. Number 33. The Shining. A 1980 psychological horror produced and directed by Stanley Kubrick. The film is based on Stephen King's 1977 novel of the same name and stars Jack Nicholson, Shelley Duvall, Scatman Crothers, and Danny Lloyd. Number 32. The Omen, 1976 supernatural horror film directed by Richard Donner. The movie tells about mysterious deaths surround an American ambassador. Could the child that he is raising actually be the Antichrist?
Number 31. Wolf Creek.
Wolf Creek is a 2005 Australian horror movie. Three backpackers stranded in the Australian outback are plunged inside a hellish nightmare of insufferable torture by a sadistic psychopathic local.
Number 30. Dark Skies.
2013 American science fiction horror film directed by Scott Stewart. As the Barrett family's peaceful suburban life is rocked by an escalating series of disturbing events, they come to learn that a terrifying and deadly force is after them.
Number 29. The Orphanage.
2007 Gothic supernatural horror film. A woman brings her family back to her childhood home, which used to be an orphanage for handicapped children. Before long, her son starts to communicate with an invisible new friend.
Number 28. Friday the 13th.
2009 American slasher film directed by Marcus Nispel. A group of young adults visit a boarded-up campsite named Crystal Lake where they soon encounter the mysterious Jason Voorhees and his deadly intentions.
Number 27. Annabelle.
2014 American supernatural horror film. It is a prequel to the 2013 film The Conjuring. A couple begins to experience terrifying supernatural occurrences involving a vintage doll shortly after their home is invaded by satanic cultists.
Number 26. Poltergeist.
1982 American supernatural horror. The film focuses on a suburban family whose home is invaded by vengeful ghosts that abduct their youngest daughter.
Number 25. The Thing.
1982 American science fiction horror film directed by John Carpenter. Based on the novella Who Goes There? A research team in Antarctica is hunted by a shape-shifting alien that assumes the appearance of its victims.
Number 24. Alien.
1979 science fiction horror film directed by Ridley Scott. The crew of a commercial spacecraft encounter a deadly life form after investigating an unknown transmission.
Number 23. The Blair Witch Project.
1999 American supernatural horror film. Three film students vanish after traveling into a Maryland forest to film a documentary on the local Blair Witch legend, leaving only their footage behind.
Number 22. The Witch.
2015 folk horror film directed by Robert Eggers. A family in 1630s New England is torn apart by the forces of witchcraft, black magic and possession.
Number 21. The Grudge.
2004 supernatural horror film directed by Takashi Shimizu. An American nurse living and working in Tokyo is exposed to a mysterious supernatural curse, one that locks a person in a powerful rage before claiming their life and spreading to another victim.
Number 20. Scream.
1996 American slasher film directed by Wes Craven. A year after the murder of her mother, a teenage girl is terrorized by a masked killer who targets her and her friends by using scary movies as part of a deadly game.
Number 19.
It. Chapter 1. 2017 American supernatural horror film. In the summer of 1989, a group of bullied kids band together to destroy a shape-shifting monster, which disguises itself as a clown and preys on the children of Derry, their small Maine town.
Number 18. Hush.
2016 American slasher film directed and edited by Mike Flanagan. A deaf and mute writer who retreated into the woods to live a solitary life must fight for her life in silence when a masked killer appears at her window.
Number 17. The Exorcist.
1973 American supernatural horror film directed by William Friedkin. When a teenage girl is possessed by a mysterious entity, her mother seeks the help of two priests to save her daughter.
Number 16. 28 Days Later.
2002 British post-apocalyptic horror film directed by Danny Boyle. 4 weeks after a mysterious, incurable virus spreads throughout the UK, a handful of survivors try to find sanctuary.
Number 15. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
2003 American slasher film directed by Marcus Nispel. After picking up a traumatized young hitchhiker, 5 friends find themselves stalked and hunted by a deformed chainsaw-wielding loon and his family of equally psychopathic killers.
Number 14. Halloween.
2018 American slasher film directed by David Gordon Green. Laurie Strode confronts her longtime foe, Michael Myers, the masked figure who has haunted her since she narrowly escaped his killing spree on Halloween night 4 decades ago.
Number 13. A Nightmare on Elm Street.
2010 American supernatural slasher film directed by Samuel Baer. The specter of a disfigured man haunts the children of the parents who murdered him, stalking and killing them in their dreams.
Number 12. A Quiet Place.
2018 American post-apocalyptic science fiction horror film directed by John Krasinski. In a post-apocalyptic world, a family is forced to live in silence while hiding from monsters with ultra-sensitive hearing.
Number 11. The Ring.
American psychological supernatural horror film directed by Gore Verbinski. A journalist must investigate a mysterious videotape which seems to cause the death of anyone 1 week to the day after they view it.
Number 10. The Visit.
2015 American found footage horror film. Two siblings become increasingly frightened by their grandparents' disturbing behavior while visiting them on vacation.
Number 9. The Descent.
2005 British horror film written and directed by Neil Marshall. The film follows 6 women who enter a cave system and struggle to survive against the humanoid creatures inside.
Number 8. The Babadook.
2014 Australian psychological horror film written and directed by Jennifer Kent. A single mother and her child fall into a deep well of paranoia when an eerie children's book titled, Mr. Babadook, manifests in their home.
Number 7. The Conjuring Part 2.
2016 American supernatural horror film, directed by James Wan. Ed and Lorraine Warren travel to North London to help a single mother raising 4 children alone in a house plagued by a supernatural spirit.
Number 6. It Follows.
2014 American horror film directed by David Robert Mitchell. A young woman is followed by an unknown supernatural force after a sexual encounter.
Number 5. Paranormal Activity.
2009 American supernatural horror film directed by Oren Peli. After moving into a suburban home, a couple becomes increasingly disturbed by a nightly demonic presence.
Number 4. Hereditary.
2018 American supernatural psychological horror film directed by Ari Aster. A grieving family is haunted by tragic and disturbing occurrences.
Number 3. The Conjuring.
2013 American supernatural horror film directed by James Wan. Paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren work to help a family terrorized by a dark presence in their farmhouse.
Number 2. Insidious.
2010 supernatural horror film directed by James Wan. A family looks to prevent evil spirits from trapping their comatose child in a realm called the Further. And here is the scariest movie. Number 1, Sinister. Sinister is a 2012 supernatural horror film directed by Scott Derrickson. A controversial true crime writer finds a box of Super 8 home movies in his new home, revealing that the murder case he is currently researching could be the work of an unknown serial killer. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe us.